Handy resource indeed, your field guide.
Adelaide Oaks, isn't it? I received your owl.
Yes, I'm Adelaide Oaks. Oh dear. You see, my uncle Roland is a metal trader who's quite well known in the goblin community. He normally sends me owls every week when he's on his business travels. In his last owl, he alluded to dealings with those radical goblins, Ranrock's loyalists. It's been ages since that owl and I'm worried. What with the troll attack on Hogsmeade and the rumours that goblins may have been involved, well, I'm fearing the worst. Should I be worried about my uncle, or am I overthinking this?
I think you're right to be concerned, Adelaide. Your uncle may be in trouble.
You're much more understanding than Professor Weasley. She heard I was going to look for him and forbade me from leaving the grounds. She's convinced he can handle himself, but I can't concentrate on anything until I know he's all right. Could you try to find out for me? From what I hear, you're almost as adventurous as Uncle Roland.
Has your uncle traded with many goblins?
Yes, for ages. Even speaks gobbledygook. But he only recently mentioned Ranrock's lot, insisting the galleons were worth the risk. He does it for me. Between robes and supplies, attending Hogwarts costs a fair sickle. And besides that, Uncle Roland has expensive taste. He's sacrificed so much for me over the years. I promised him that as soon as I finish Hogwarts, I shall be the one taking care of him.
I'll try and look into it for you, Adelaide.
Thank you. He's very thorough in his record keeping, notes all his trades in a journal, makes maps. In fact, in his last owl, he drew me a map of his next stop. He'd planned to set up camp north of here. I do hope you're able to find out where he is. Thank you again for any help you can provide. It's never been this long. I just know something's happened.
Arresto momentum. Arresto momentum.
Day, and there's more of those days out.
Settle yourself.
What was that sound?
Expelliarmus!
Coward! You shouldn't know about stealing goblins' bones stolen by others.
Stupid one!
You're the one who...
Expelliarmus!
You made
Arresto
it right. Take.
Incendio!
I've seen you using
No. Revelio. Could this be Mr. Oakes' campsite? Confringo! Landmark's loyalists, just ahead. Should I take them by force or be discreet?
What have we here? Another human? Wouldn't mind a... What have we here? Another human?
Someone out there. Mr. Tallis.
Was that you then?
Incendio! Incendio! Arresto momentum.
You can't stop us! How did you do that? Easily diverted. You're really not very good at this, are you? I've been fighting since before
Arresto
you were...
momentum. Confringo.
I won't rest. Dead.
Expelliarmus. Defender. Now to find out what happened here. Revelio. Mr. Oakes' trade journal. Adelaide said that her uncle kept notes of his trades, maps. Perhaps these landmarks will lead me to him. Revelio. Depulso. This could prove dangerous if I'm not careful. Sometimes it seems all roads lead to Hogsmeade.
Thank you again for delivering those potions to Madame Lawing. Saved me a lot of time and trouble. A wise decision. Thank you. I hope to see you again. Farewell for now.
Arresto momentum. Professor Howard will never believe this. Revelio. Confringo. I should investigate. Expelliarmus! Defender! Incendio! Glacius! Lumos. Lumos. Confringo! This looks intriguing. Oh, here's a pleasant surprise. Reparo. Revelio. Expelliarmus.
You're the little son. You try. Before we forget about that.
A rock formation. That's the first landmark on this map. Now to find the crooked tree. Crooked tree, just as the map said. The crumbling tower shouldn't be far from here. Expelliarmus!
I'll check your pockets up here.
Incendio! Profindo! Glacius! Expelliarmus!
Sure it's a bit
Accio! Incendio!
Don't try that. No.
One less poacher in the wizarding world. And the crumbling tower. The spot on the map should be directly south of here. What do we have here? Glacius! Defender! Arresto momentum. Confringo. A ladder. That's what I need.
Not your best moment, I fear.
Glacius.
That student
Defender. Repulsor. Incendio. Glacius. This is the spot on the map. I better have my wits about me. Expelliarmus. Accio. Repulsor. Descendo. Propendo. Glacius. Incendio. This castle's hiding all sorts of secrets. Revelio.
An intruder!
Accio. party to attend by myself.
Expelliarmus! Arresto momentum. Confringo. Glacius. Defender. Descendo. Incendio. Defender. Glacius. Expelliarmus. Arresto momentum. Confringo. Expelliarmus! Confringo! Arresto momentum! Expelliarmus! Defender! Glacius! GeForce! Glacius! Defender! Glacius! Confringo! Arresto momentum! Confringo! Expelliarmus! Glacius! Depulso! Defender! Incendio! Arresto momentum! Confringo! Expelliarmus! Glacius! Incendio! Defender! Glacius! Incendio! Arresto momentum! Confringo! Confringo! Expelliarmus! Glacius! Defender! Depulso! Incendio! Arresto momentum! Confringo! Expelliarmus!
That was a close one.
What are you up to now?
Perhaps not the best place to be caught alone. Glad I was never locked up here.
Revelio! Revelio.
What will we find in here?
Arresto momentum. Accio. Confringo. Expelliarmus. Defender. Glacius. Incendio. Corsair.
It looks as though Adelaide's instincts were spot on.
Ranrock has fooled you all.
By now, I've told you before, and look what happens when you don't listen.
Aloha Mora. Confringo. Expelliarmus. Accio. Revelio.
A human's word is worthless. This prisoner owes
Accio. Arresto Memento. Confringo. Expelliarmus. Glacius. Repulsor. Defender.
I was best.
Descendo.
Where'd you learn all that?
Incendio. Confringo. Descendo. Flipendo. Defendo. Incendio. Depulso. Protego. Defendo. Incendio. Glacius.
You think you're
Descendo. Flipendo. Incendio. Glacius. Glacius. Defendo. Incendio. Descendo. Glacius. Defendo. Revelio. Incendio. Revelio. Revelio. Accio. Expelliarmus. Defender. Your blood's on Ranrock's hands. Revelio. Confringo. Arresto Memento. Incendio. Defender. Depulso. Expelliarmus. Confringo. Revelio.
Certain we can come to an agreement and you'll just set me free.
Mr. Oakes?
Yes, I'm here. They've taken my wand. This cell has an enchanted lock. I have experience with these locks, but I need my wand if I have any chance of opening it. Look for a boiler door. I've heard them speak of it.
I need to find Mr. Oakes' wand. Where could it be?
Arrest those momentum. Why did I bring this up? Glacius. Defender. No! GeForce. Descender. Defender. Glacius. Incendio. Defender. Confringo.
Was that your mess? Kill spells glance off of me.
Confringo. Accio. Arresto momentum. Confringo. Expelliarmus.
Thanks for the bench.
You've one less follower, Ranrock. Revelio.
This must be Mr. Oakes' wand. Perhaps now he can set himself free.
Revelio.
Please, pass me my wand. I can't get out of this damn cell without it. It's my last hope. Please. Oh, my wand. Oh, thank Merlin. Thank you. You did it! I found my wand and... Wait, you're a student? Oh, we must get you to safety immediately. It's dangerous.
It's all right, Mr. Oakes. I've dealt with these goblins before.
Dear Merlin, you're either very lucky or very talented. Well, how did you find me?
I'm a friend of Adelaide's. She was worried about your business with Ranrock's loyalists.
Oh, she was right to be. I couldn't go through with the agreement, and when I told them, I ended up blindfolded and behind bars. Been locked in that infernal cell for so long, they'd forgot I was even there. I overheard things. If only I could reward you for what you've done. Blasted goblin stole every canut on me. All I can say is thank you, truly.
You mentioned you overheard things.
Sad tale, really. I think I know where Ranrock's unfortunate vendetta against wizardkind began. Although dragon breeding was outlawed by the Warlocks Convention of 1709, Ranrock stumbled upon an illegal dragon camp. He was young, found the creatures fascinating. He'd visit the camp in secret whenever he could, never making his presence known. After weeks of sly surveillance, he finally summoned the courage to speak to the wizard in charge. Ranrock wanted to join them, and the creatures. The wizard happened to drop his wand. Ranrock saw an opportunity. He picked it up, went to hand it back as a means of introducing himself. The sight of a goblin with a wand sent the wizard into an instant rage. He beat Ranrock nearly to death. Ever since, Ranrock has despised wizard kind, sees us all as cruel.
Am I right that you speak gobbledygook?
Unbeknownst to Ranrock's fiends, I do. I've always had an affinity for goblin culture. Knew I wanted to be a metal trader ever since I was a lad. It wasn't easy learning the language. It's complex, and my memory's as weak as my knees these days. But after decades working with fine goblin folk, I grew fairly proficient. At least, I'd like to think so.
I'm grateful I was able to help you, Mr. Oakes. Adelaide thinks the world of you.
Oh, and I her. She's become quite savvy to my trading habits, always analyzing my detailed owls. If only I hadn't resorted to trading with such fiends. A lesson I shan't soon forget. Having my wand back is like being reunited with an old friend. I must return home and inform Adelaide of my safety. Will you be all right?
I'll be fine, Mr. Oakes. You get back to Adelaide. I assure you, her worries outweigh yours.
Oh, I'm anxious to see my dear niece. And then I plan to travel far from here for my next round of trading. Thank you. May life reward you justly for your deeds. Be well, my friend.
Mr. Oakes was lucky. Ranrock's lot would never have freed him. Hogsmeade, here I come. Revelio! Mine now, demi-guys. Revelio. Revelio.
glad you came.
Hello, Sirona. I received your owl. How are you?
Hello, my friend. Did you ever find Lodgok?
I did, thank you. We had a good conversation. He sends you his best.
Glad to hear it. I shan't ask for details of your little chat, and I'll refrain from telling you to be careful yet again. But I hope you will be, whatever your plans.
Of course. Your owl mentioned you're needing my help with something?
I do. I thought you might be just the person to do a favour for my friend Dorothy Sprottle in Upper Hogsfield.
I don't believe I've met Mrs. Sprottle.
She's lovely. Her late husband Aidan was a friend of my father's. In fact, I'd stay with Dot and Aidan the summers I waited tables here as a student. I've seen her a few times since Aidan passed, but the pub's been so busy lately, I've not been as attentive as I'd have liked. I wonder if you might pop in and see her. She may need some help collecting ingredients for her supply of Wiggenweld potion. And you could retrieve something of mine in the process. A box, full of old letters and such.
I'll try to go and see her when I can.
It would mean the world to me, and to Dorothy. Aidan was bringing the box of letters to me when he was taken ill. Dot can tell you where he might have dropped it. You'll find the hamlet just north of Hogsmeade. Please do give Dot my love.
He'll see it was a mistake, parting ways.
Revelio.
You're worrying far too much. Nobody's looking at you.
Look at that boy.
Why did you buy me a second pair?
Please,
I
come
hate
in.
these
Novelty
socks.
Let me know
socks
if you
at
need
that
help
price.
finding.
Be thankful you have
I'd rather...
You're exercising.
Plenty for your perusal today. Take your time.
And you'd said the charm's come out in the wash, but it
Never known
hasn't.
Someone so dramatic, just like your father. Anyone would think you had an affliction.
Has he been cursed?
Oh, please, can't we take these socks back to Mr. Hill and get me some normal...
If I haven't said it before, it's a pleasure doing business with you.
Until then, you'll learn to be thrifty and behave. You're starting to cause a scene.
Papa, can we really wash charms out of things?
Don't be absurd. That woman will say anything to avoid spending her canut. I suspect you have a sharp eye for fashion. Be sure to stop by whenever you're about. Revelio.
Does it get any more cozy than Hogsmeade?
Confringo.
This place has seen better days. Upper Hogsfield. Now where to find Mrs. Sprottle?
Bardolph Beaumont should have returned by now. Had by dark wizards he was.
Hello, Mrs. Sprottle. Actually, Sirona Ryan asked if I'd come and see you.
Oh, dear Sirona, a gem. Has been for as long as I've known her.
She thought you might need help collecting ingredients for your Wiggenweld potion.
And she's correct. My darling Aidan used to collect hawk lumps for me. Since he died, my supply has dwindled.
I'm sorry for your loss, Mrs. Sprottle.
Oh, Thank you. Love of my life. A bit lost without him. If you wouldn't mind gathering some hawk clumps for me, I'd be happy to compensate you for your time.
Believe it or not, I have some with me.
Oh, thank you. How wonderful. The travelling vendors will be thrilled to replenish their stock of Wiggenweld potion.
Sirona also mentioned that Mr. Sprottle was bringing her a box of letters when he fell ill.
Indeed he was. I'd almost forgotten. I stumbled upon it just before Aidan died. He was hoping to go through it with Sirona over a butterbeer or two. Those two were always like two bowtruckles in a branch. Aidan took ill when he was collecting hawk clumps on his way to see her. He made it home, but I fear he dropped the box in the cavern. The cavern is in the hills just southwest of our hamlet. You can gather hawk clumps and collect the box of letters there.
Sirona said she lived with you during the summers when she was at Hogwarts. What was she like?
Goodness. Well, she was almost exactly like she is now. Charming, good head on her shoulders, taking care of everyone. I can't tell you the fun we had when she and her friends would visit us during the year, all buzzing about, practicing charms. Talented group. Her friend Mirabelle was a genius in the garden. Learned it all from her muggle parents, if you can believe it.
Thank you, Mrs. Sprottle.
Thank you. I'll be here if you are able to collect those hawk clumps. I and the vendors I help would greatly appreciate it.
Thought we'd forget about that. I know all your riddles.
This must be the cavern Mrs. Sprottle mentioned.
Then you try.
Descendo. Expelliarmus.
Mrs. Sprottle, but I still need to visit the cave to find Sirona's box of letters. Better have a look around, see if I can find that box of letters. That's all the hawk clumps for now. Mrs. Sprottle should be pleased.
Revelio. Depulso. Confringo. Revelio.
Either I'll have to fight that troll, or avoid it altogether.
Accio. Confringo. Expelliarmus. Glacius. Defender. Depulso. Descendo. Glacius. Incendio. Confringo. Arresto momentum. Expelliarmus. Confringo. Expelliarmus.
Arresto momentum. Defender. Glaciers. Incendio. Depulsor. Incendio. Defender. Glaciers. Expelliarmus. Confringo. One less foul hole in the road. Revelio. This must be Sirona's box of letters. I should take this box of letters to Sirona. She'll be glad. I think that's everything. Sirona will be glad to have this back. Revelio. Accio. Confringo.
Be it upon your heads when our expectations take flight like that.
Sometimes it seems all roads lead to Hogsmeade.
Flipendo.
Revelio.
I saw what you did! Ha! I have no tolerance for thieves! Hand them back!
Hand what back, sir? We've not took a thing.
Hand them back!
There's nothing to give, sir. It was only the one. That's all of them, sir. Honestly, I swear.
How many times are you pair going to keep pilfering my shop?
I swear it was just those ones, sir.
promise,
sir. We'd never take more than those.
I tell you this, they'll not appreciate your antics in Azkaban. You just wait till I see your mother.
That was a bit harsh.
Revelio. Hello, Sirona. I have good news. I was able to provide your friend Mrs. Sprottle with some hawk lumps for her Wiggamel potion, and I found your box of letters.
Oh, thank you. I knew you were the one to ask.
I wondered about some of the letters in the box.
Of course. It appears most of the letters were from fellow students.
I saw a letter from someone named Mirabelle. Is that Professor Garlick?
It is. Still one of my dearest friends. I know she wouldn't mind you having seen that letter. She and I are of a similar mind, especially when it comes to young people. We believe experience to be an invaluable teacher. To borrow a phrase from Mirabelle, it's a joy to see anyone blossom, but particularly one who doubted they ever would.
One of the letters mentions Quidditch practice. Did you play?
I did. Was the Ravenclaw Seeker for 3 years. Oh, Merlin's beard. I adore Quidditch. Nothing like the feeling of catching the golden snitch when your team's down by 140 points. I'll never forgive Professor Black for cancelling it this year. I missed cheering for Ravenclaw.
I spotted a letter from you to Mrs. Sprottle. You two seem to have a lot of fun together.
We do. She taught me so much during my summers with her and Aiden. I shall be the first to admit that adolescents aren't always the easiest to understand. And not everyone was as kind to me as the Sprottles. But the depth of their kindness, and that of so many of my friends, got me through some challenging times, to put it mildly.
I'm glad I could be of help. Mrs. Sprottle sends her best.
Don't know what I'd have done without her and Aiden. Thank you, again, for helping her, and for returning this box of letters. It's nice to reflect on good memories.
My mother used to say I was lazy. Her own fault for teaching me Accio. I met a girl once.
You're back. Nice to see you again. Thanks for stopping by. Hope to see you again.